Welcome back to the Brew Crew Podcast, everyone. This is episode 165, but more importantly, it's day 7 of the Advent calendar.
Day 7.
Day 7. We're doing it. And by the way, you smell really good, like laundry. It's my favorite smell. I wish they sold cologne in dryer sheet.
I took a shower because my mom says I should shower before.
Yeah.
That was the only comment she's made so
far.
If
mom tells you to shower, mom or dad tells you to shower, you got to shower.
But I did a load of laundry.
Yeah, well, it smells good.
Thanks, man.
Your laundry smells good.
Appreciate it.
We are in day 7 of the Advent calendar, and you know what, folks? I don't know that I anticipated or expected it to be this awesome. I'm having a blast. Not sure if you are, but I am having a blast. I think it's going really well. And as far as content generation goes, this is the most active we've been and our page has been since we started.
Oh, yeah. So
we're getting hundreds of page views.
So in the last week, I mean, the percentages are extraordinary. But in the last week, like we did the BCP shorts, and we have 33 of those episodes. But there was a lot more time dilation between those than there were like at least 2 videos a day for the last week. Plus Steb's, if you go to the page, Steb's been doing his videos, which are awesome, and they're Steb in a nutshell.
I love that all of them are
different
unsure.
Different
cameras, and they're all unsure. It's like, I don't really know. He always starts off, and it's like, you're an expert by now. You've done 3-4 videos.
Yeah.
You know.
He's blown his load on a couple of, he's pre-cocked, and then he has to record again, which has happened. So if you've watched, and I'm sure he has, if you've watched a couple of the shorts, I know on 2 of them for sure I was, I hit delete, but I wasn't going to open another beer, so I was like, okay, just pretend like I opened this. And then on
Smart.
Chuggalos Phil, I like
Chuggalos
Phil's ketchup. He totally blew you off.
He just went right. He just went right through it.
I commented.
I get it that he had like 3 beers to do, but he just was like, once I was like, okay, now we're gonna do this one together. He was just like, all right, and I was like, oh shit, you clearly don't listen to the podcast.
Love Chuggalos Phil. Let's go with that. So instead, it's an amalgamation of Scott and Phil. It's Phil.
Great feedback on him too, by the way. And great. I like the videos that you were recording with Chuggalo Mikey.
Yeah, there's the one
2
exception.
people.
There's the one exception. My fresh hop celebration shouldn't have been recorded 10 minutes after midnight.
Oh yes. I love that video.
I was so focused on being coherent.
Yeah, I could tell
that I had too much of a delay.
I liked it.
The impregnated pauses were like octuplets.
That's the type of content we need. Yeah. And you know what? It
was like that Christmas episode.
Sierra Nevada liked it.
That's important.
They liked it.
It was definitely a celebration.
They liked it on Twitter. Oh, they liked our check-ins.
Yeah.
They liked our check-ins.
Chuggalo Mom.
I should start sharing these videos on Twitter.
Chuggalo Mom appreciated the Buddy the Elf costume.
Yeah, she loves Elf. And you know what? I'm thinking about watching Elf tonight. I like to send GIFs, and I was scrolling through the GIFs of the day on Giphy, and there were a lot of Elf ones today. So I thought, maybe I'll watch that later.
But
good story.
I still haven't watched it yet. The girls watch it. It's a great movie. Don't get me wrong. I think if we're talking about Christmas movies, really briefly, my number one.
Let's talk about it. Doesn't have to be brief.
I can't kick it off. I can't kick off the holiday season, and my girls are very involved. Home Alone.
Love Home Alone. We've watched that already this year.
I think that's my number one.
Okay.
I think that's my number one.
My number one's still Christmas Vacation.
Might be my number 2.
Still laugh out loud at that movie. I love it. In Home Alone, we've watched. I'm a big Christmas movie fan. This year, I haven't had as much time as I'd like to watch them. Maybe tonight we'll watch Elf. But yeah, I think I'm right up there. Maybe 1 is Christmas Vacation. 2 is probably Home Alone. And have you watched the Netflix making of Home Alone thing?
No.
It's really good. And once I learned a little bit more about it, I realized.
A lot of John Hughes stuff?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Real sappy stuff about John Hughes.
What a 10-year period that guy had for, like, as far as movie
and
making.
Then just.
Like, go back and check out John Hughes.
You couldn't replicate it.
No. So that's been awesome. But to Rolex back to the Advent calendar, it's been a real hoot. Like,
it has been a hoot.
Doing these videos, like, I'm genuine with the excitement.
Yeah.
There's no faking it till you make it. Like it's
exactly.
It's making
You're
out
on
with
camera
myself the whole time.
You gotta try the beer. You gotta say what you think of it. And you know what? I think it's gonna be bigger next year. We're not even 1 week through yet.
Yeah.
And I'm excited about next year.
Did you like my idea for next year?
What was your idea?
Okay.
Which video was this in?
Video 3.
Well, I definitely watched video 3. The only one I haven't watched yet is yesterday's.
It was my first video with Chuggalo Mike. We were talking about how we were in a different state. Because my mom was disappointed that none of these beers were available in Wisconsin. Yeah. So I suggested doing the math. We're so close to
2 a day
in
the contiguous 48.
And then that's where Mike said, if you can get a collaboration with that, I go, that's where we'd have to. And I said, JT and I, we'd have to go over the rules.
So I think we could do it.
It would take a lot
but it would double the cost, which I'm fine with.
It would more than double the cost.
But I don't know that we'd have as many participants. Because I actually think we'll have more participants next year. I don't know who. Maybe surprise. I don't have a clue.
And that's just my jump off with advent calendars. I'm noticing more this year that other friends of mine, either they be the first circle, second circle, or third circle, are doing calendars and are posting them.
Personally,
and there's other individuals that can't post it because they're involved in a public eye job.
Sure,
I know that they've got their calendars from Aldi or they got their calendars from Costco or whatever, so they can't post it. Me, I'm just rolling the dice. It's working out. I have other friends that have bought calendars from single breweries.
Yeah.
Which is a bold move. I don't know
if I could do that. That's a bold move. I couldn't do it.
I don't think I could. Nope. But and that's a conversation. That was a question that you just answered. I don't know. Maybe I just want more of a diversity or whatever.
Yeah, I want to keep trying new stuff, new breweries. I honestly do think that come July, August, we coordinate and get a BCP Advent calendar planned, and let Barrel House have them available in the configuration that we set in coordination with them, and then sell those so that you don't have to. I think the event's great. We should keep having the event.
Yeah.
Then you can go and get it if you can't make the event.
I see what you're...
and have as much participation as possible.
Yeah, have a little printout, a half sheet. This is what the Brew Crew podcast, Dayton's own Brew Crew podcast selected for this year.
Yeah.
And then,
listen along.
Maybe
post your videos.
Maybe pick and choose. I don't know.
I think if we have
a long 6 months to think
about. If we had just a coordinated box that everyone can participate in, and even if you don't want to post videos or rate your beer, you can follow along.
My idea is if this ever goes tits up and completely fails, next year I'm going to have Chuggalo Mike build it in Wisconsin.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And then I'm going to be like, there we go, my work's done.
We could always get, 24 beers. We could always have 8 beers from Ohio, 8 from Illinois, 8 from Wisconsin.
Yeah, because it wasn't until yesterday that we repeated states.
Yeah, what did we have yesterday?
Brink.
That was from
Cincinnati.
Oh.
You're so good at it.
I just did it.
One of my takeaways.
It was midnight last night.
Yeah, it was late. I was wondering
remember.
Because that's one of the observations that some of the Chuggalos make is you're a night owl, and when you post things, I didn't know maybe you had it because it was dark out. I didn't know if you had it, later and then you just waited, or if you had it and then
I immediately put it on YouTube. So typically, I wait for Scott.
Yeah,
and part of that is he works later than I do. And because he's working on California time.
Oh,
so he actually starts at 10 or 11.
Chuggalos Phil.
Yeah, Chuggalos Phil. He's starting at 10 or 11, but working till 7.
Yeah.
And so I do that. Then we eat dinner, and then it's just get the kids and stuff. So then it's okay, now it's beer time. Yeah. Yesterday, I had a couple Chuggalos over just for some beers, and we didn't even get done till midnight. And I didn't have enough to share.
Holy buckets. Okay, so you pre-gamed the Advent calendar day 6 with beers with other Chuggalos. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you kept it together. And pretty impressive.
Thanks. It was the first time anyone has been in the bar other than myself having a beer. And it was nice. I had a TV in there with
I did
Straight Outta Compton.
TV. With Compton?
Straight Outta Compton.
Oh, Straight Outta Compton.
On mute.
Okay, yeah.
That was just what was on. But I got the TV. That TV is not the one that I'm going to have as the TV in there.
It was just a placeholder.
That's just, I have that at home.
Yeah.
So I brought it out. And I'm getting a radiator this weekend.
A radiator?
Well, a radiant heat.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Space heater, which is just a radiator that plugs in.
Like one with oil in it, like a closed loop. Yeah.
And so it'll be warm up there, and we got the TV. We're ready to go.
Awesome. Just finishing touches.
My thought is, and I know you probably wouldn't be available, but my thought is a soft open for Bears-Packers. And I know the Bears are going to lose. But I still would like to have people at the bar for Sunday Night Football.
Yeah, that's the 26th, right?
This Sunday. This coming Sunday.
Okay.
Because I think, the Packers bye week was last week.
Yep.
It's this Sunday.
That's right. It's this Sunday.
It's this Sunday.
We're fans.
We are. Well, I'm teetering on giving up here.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Not a football podcast.
Awesome.
Anyway, let me.
Which one are we doing first? Do I have to go?
Well,
do you
want to do the?
It's your call. It's your ship.
It's my ship. Holy shit!
Speaking of ship, we'd be remiss if we didn't acknowledge that today is the 80th anniversary of the bombing of Pearl Harbor, and JT as a naval veteran. Mm-hmm. Do you have thoughts? Because I would like to just see.
I have a lot of thoughts actually. I've sailed through Pearl Harbor.
Yep.
As I believe we've talked about. Let's do the Advent one first.
Sure.
You want me to get up and get it for you?
No, I'll grab it.
I've sailed through Pearl Harbor. I was on USS Boxer, LHD-4, out of San Diego. Your first and your last stop on a cruise is Hawaii, at least from California. And it is honestly an emotional time. Mm-hmm. They require that everyone gets into their dress uniform, and because it's Hawaii, it's always summer whites. And you man the rails, as they say. You stand around the edge of the ship. You salute as you pass to Arizona. It's pretty awesome. You could see it. It's right there. And I don't know how many people get to see it from the water side.
Yeah.
But it's crazy. And then you hear the stories, and people who've been on Westpacks will tell you that they went to the museum, and then they'll tell you all about how people banging on the bulkheads and stuff because they were trapped and they died. It's the anniversary, and I'm not 100% sure how accurate the movie Pearl Harbor is with Ben Affleck, but if you watch World War II in color, which is produced by the History Channel, there's an awesome Pearl Harbor episode that tells you why the impact was greater than it should have been, with a bunch of human error. But it's great. Have you been to Pearl Harbor?
I have, but I haven't. I've just been, driving through it. I've just been to Hawaii one time. So. Oh,
okay. Yeah. Pearl Harbor's it's an incredible place, and then you port, and then it's just Hawaii, and it's a bunch of fucking asshole sailors, and Marines. Can't forget about the Marines.
But for that, that moment,
But that moment, everyone's like, "Whoa, one team." Yeah. We won this war.
I feel without getting too much into it, I just, an amazing story, and I can't add anything to it. But I think that's something that's we're losing that one team, one fight identity as we go forward. But
I agree.
It's unfortunate as I'm going through my master's.
I just thought about that phrase, one team, one fight, the other day.
Yeah.
I used it in boot camp. We'll get into the beer, and then I'll tell you that story. All right, so this is Advent Calendar Day 7, Black Bouquet. Dahlia, Black Bouquet Dahlia. I don't know. Is the Dahlia part of the title or part of something else? Subtitle. Dahlia with black coffee. This is a brown ale, 5.3% alcohol. It's our first 12-ouncer. Well, bottles.
The Celebration.
Celebration was, you're right. Okay. This is...
We're 50-50 on 12 ounce first.
Coffee. All right, ready?
Yeah.
3, you good?
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Oh, he wasn't good. Oh, man, the smell is coffee. Boy, do I love coffee. You know, Chuggalo Mikey doesn't like coffee.
I'm not.
I learned that about him.
I was not looking forward to this beer. Once I looked at the list.
Yeah. This is probably one of the lesser exciting beers. Least exciting? I don't know. But you got to have it in there.
You can't have the sweet without the sour.
This is from Esoteric. Esoteric black owned. There's an X in between. So Esoteric.
Does it
by black owned? Is it X by?
I
maybe.
And this is you're gonna have to apologize. Usually you get like a deep dive or whatever. We try to, even though we were aware of this beer, we're not gonna do a lot of research on it because with you, with the Chuggalos and everyone participating or whatever, we want to experience it the same way we do. You do. We just happen to be recording it.
Yeah, that's true. And I'll do some research while Matt talks. That's on me. I should have researched this beer.
This is a brown ale.
Because it is my week. It is a brown ale. It's a coffee brown ale. It says with black coffee, and I will say it has that. It says here, together crafting black excellence, 2 brands, 1 mission, a call to action for all of us to unite as one community to touch more hands. It is our hope that the high standard used to create this beverage will spill over into the minds of the people who journey with us. Don't spill any. Black Bouquet Dahlia with black coffee. Limited release 2021. So it is a limited release. I don't know enough about this black owned part.
I don't. It could be a collab, and that's I'm gonna look it up. I'll dance a little bit as you do some quick research.
Yeah.
And so this comes in a 12-ounce can. It's 5.3%, and it's a brown ale. Personally, I'm not a fan. There was a question posed recently by Chuggalo Randy Orton, who was, what kind of beer gives you this face? And I would say like California Commons number 1, brown ales are number 2. And one thing that I want to say that this beer kind of highlights as I go into my tasting on this, and what I wanted to bring up during the news segment was I've been reading a lot of articles like in the last couple of months, and I haven't brought it up yet, that 2022 is supposed to be the year of the malt. Hops are, have dominated as far as like an essential ingredient for beer, and it's going to be the year of the malt. The malt, also coming with the loaded statement that it's better for the environment than hops. So now there's malt producers out there that are like environmentally conscious and worried about like erosion and how much energy goes into producing hops versus producing malts. And craft beers should be relying more on malts rather than hops.
Let's be honest. As long as Bitcoin is being mined, it does not matter how much energy resources it takes to grow and harvest hops.
So it was a really an article that was punching above its weight class, meaning like here comes like a welterweight that's like, you know what, I'm speaking for the malt, or I'm representing I'm trying to like over opinionate something, or
it's like if Highlights magazine posted about a deep investigative article about like Donald Trump or something.
Yeah, and I did a little research on the author, and she happens to write for a lot of reputable periodicals, but I was like, it just felt more weighty than it should be. And I guess that's where
was it kind of like a how dare you?
No, it was just saying like, here's a couple of reputable malt producers up in the Pacific Northwest. Okay. It just took the Pacific Northwest, and that's where some of the most delicious hops come from. So it was interesting, but just if you take it from the 10,000 foot view, that malt choice was going to become a lot more prevalent as we go and hops falls out of vogue.
Yeah, I could see that. Out of vogue, okay.
Or less, because there's only so much of the pie, so malt is going to start eating into the hops.
What do you think? Which of the two? Let's add yeast to it. Of the 3, hops, malt, yeast, what's the most diverse flavor-wise? Do you think?
I'm just going to say hops.
I'm going to go with malts. Just out of
burn it,
no knowledge. Yeah, have never other than seeing the bags of malt at Omegang. I've not had too much experience with malt. Now, Omegang, if they don't touch the malts either, no hands touch that beer.
If you go back, if you ever want to see like malt versus hops and everything, because then hops also come in much different forms. You can get pellet, hops. You can get dry, you can get extract.
It'd be a fun game. Malt versus hops.
But you can see a bunch of malt if you go to brewer utensils next to Belmont Party Supply.
No way.
The home brewer stuff.
I pass by there all the time. Every time I come here.
So you walk in there, and it smells amazing. I'm going to say that most of that smell probably comes from malt rather than hops because the hops are sealed better. But it's absolutely blowing up in there.
It's blowing up.
So with this, I enjoyed the coffee. It was a surprise to me how that tripping animals, or as if you watched JT, trip animals.
Tipping animals.
Tipping animals.
I can't believe I just didn't see the R. I read it 10 times.
What a cacophony of just ingredients.
That was in my office, by the way.
So this is one. This is just one ingredient, and it delivers on that. I don't care for this beer. Because you have done your research, right? So I can end this impregnated review. Off the top rope, 275. This has been. I said I was going to get the power rankings up in the marker board. I want to put them on magnets so I can. This is going to be my least favorite so far from the Advent calendar. But again, if you're doing Advent calendar or whatever, there's going to be a day where it's going to be that piece of chocolate that you don't care for. Chocolate and
that's right.
Hair.
That's right. You have to power through it, and we will. All right.
It feels like it's well done. It's just not for me.
Okay, I'll go into this first. Esoteric, the brewer, and Black Owned is the brand. So that is a brand. I wasn't 100% sure, kind of a confusing name, but it's a Cincinnati outerwear brand. They make outerwear, and some of their clients include the Bengals.
The Bengals?
And FC Cincinnati. Yeah. So they're not a small operation.
Dude, we've totally got the beat.
We've got the beat.
Yeah.
The Bengals are wearing Black-owned brands outerwear.
Walk like an Egyptian.
Yeah. The Bengals. Yeah. Okay, I get it now. The Cincinnati Bengals, the football team.
Oh, the Bengals.
The Bengals. What did I say it wrong?
I thought you were saying Bengals.
Bengals. Is there a difference?
Bengals versus Bengals.
Yeah.
A versus E.
They're the same to me. Tomato.
No, the Bengals just went into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm. But
and walk like an Egyptian.
Football team
we've got to beat the Bengals.
I'm not hearing it. I'm not hearing the difference.
That's awesome.
Bengals.
The Bengals.
What am I saying? Bengals. Which of the two am I saying? Which am I saying? Bengals.
I thought you were
saying
the band.
Is that the band or
the chick band?
And then how would I say the football team?
The Bengals.
I'm not hearing the difference. The Bengals. The Bengals.
Yeah, so say the word B-A-N.
B-A-N?
Yeah.
Ban.
Say the word B-E-N.
Ben. Bengals.
Yeah, the Bengals.
The Bengals. That's not what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying, the Bengals.
The Bengals?
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll have it on video. We'll play it back.
All right, I'll play it back. I'll listen to it slow motion later. Steph, sort this out.
Make that into your ringtone. It'll be great for next week.
That would be a great ringtone, by the way. That reminds me, I have this new song I heard is fantastic. It's about beer. So Black-owned and Esoteric teamed up to make this beer.
So it is a collab. It's officially a collab.
I guess.
But it's a collab with a non-brewer. It's like with a lifestyle.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure what they want to accomplish here. There were tickets to an event in October, so this beer is not fresh. It's fresh enough for me. What's fresh?
I don't think a fresh would do anything for this.
If you put an IPA in the fridge.
So there's I like beers with instructions. So you and Chuggalos Phil were talking about this. If you go to the previous episode or two previous day 5 of the Advent calendar where we had fresh hop, like Stone is the number one and they're the best at this. They have enjoy by and enjoy after.
Yeah.
So, what is fresh? Well, is it a cellarable beer or whatever? I wish that more places would be more forthright. But I understand why they don't, is because what if it gets stuck like in a distributor somewhere or whatever? They don't want the product to die on the shelf. It's like, enjoy by this date or whatever. Stone just has such a dominance in the community, and people really are seek that. I told you, on episode 89 of the podcast that it was a big deal on Water Street, which was the bar district when I was going to college, 17 bars in 2 blocks.
On episode 89 you told me this?
Yeah. We had Born on Date. So
I remember the Born on Date.
We had Bud Light that was brewed that day.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. So that was a big deal because so all the bars, it was Bud Light, so you can tell it was a while ago.
But you went to school in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
So they get it that quick.
Yeah, they that day because
it became a gimmick. Budweiser facility there?
No. But they got it that quick.
That was their thing.
So they brewed it at 2:00 in the morning or whatever. It took the 8-hour drive or whatever, and it was available at all the bars. Wow. I distinctly remember that. So it couldn't have been any fresher. It was
if that's your gimmick, though, then what happens tomorrow? When
you
have
buy
beer left over,
finite amount or whatever. Well, then you just
sell
because
you got to data science that shit up.
I'm gonna taste.
It sounds like it was a
huge gimmick for me.
It's a memory for you. So you don't want to give somebody a beer from yesterday.
Yeah.
When you could create a memory for them today.
Yeah. Oh, it was definitely a memory, and I don't drink their product today, so it really resonates with me. But the story is
now. Let me ask, if they gave it to you in their orange version, and it was brewed on brew date today.
I'm not alone in fake orange. That came up with the Morning Khalid.
Yeah, I remember hearing that. Yeah, I'm gonna come out and say I agree, and I don't know anyone who wants fake orange.
Yeah, but people like
there are fake
people
flavors.
Like Sunny D.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
People like Sunkist.
In their
reason that shit exists.
In their native versions.
Because there's a bunch of mouth breathers out there.
Yeah, that
with no friends.
I get it, but in beer, keep it out of beer.
Yeah, in their native
real
versions.
Only. So Esoteric, Cincinnati, black-owned Cincinnati. I think personally that the coffee beers are best done in brown ales. I've had maybe 3 ever. This being the 3rd. So
with your singles of influence and
raise your hand if you've drank a lot of brown ales.
Yeah.
No, it's just not something that you have just overflowing. I think it's the coffee beer. It's just way better done in a brown ale than in a stout. And I have so many stout thoughts that I had on the way here. Well, I'll share them when it's time to share them, when it's relevant.
Yeah, you didn't care for the Brink. I think we have another Brink.
That was not the brewery. It was just you have to differentiate yourself. Yeah, everything people say about sours applies to stouts. That's what I had to say. They apply. The sours, there's complexity to both of those beers, and if you don't get it and you just shit on one of the 2 beers, I just like them both. Just drink them both and find the good. But we're talking about this brown ale. I love it. I drink black coffee. I don't use cream. I used to, and then when you stop, you cannot do it anymore.
Because coffee
ruins coffee. Yeah, coffee's a flavor. Slowly but surely, I have figured out how coffee works and that there's shitty coffee and good coffee. When you drink cream, you don't know what the fuck the difference is. You could have whatever. As long as you put cream in it, the coffee's fine. But when you drink black coffee, then you can start to taste the difference. And I will admit, this podcast has given me some skill on differentiating flavors on my palate. So now I'm starting to move my way up the coffee world. Not that I'm like a coffee snob. I'm not seeking out it. But when I find one that's excellent, I just keep drinking it. And I always hated wine-ins, but I just had wine-ins recently, and now I can't get enough of it. This has a good coffee flavor, good black coffee flavor. Immediately, the smell's there, the taste is there. The brown ale doesn't come off at all, and maybe that's the point. I think this beer is really well done. if you're looking for a coffee beer, which I don't think we've ever asked ourselves, do I want a coffee beer?
Nope.
No, I don't think we do. But that doesn't mean that they didn't do an excellent job with this beer. It's bitter. It does have... It's almost as if you put 1 or 2 scoops too many in the coffee pot. If you're, brewing drip coffee, I don't know how you coffee snobs brew it.
Percolator.
Yeah, get a percolator or a French press or whatever. I just use the old drip machine. This is pretty dark coffee. Pretty dark roast coffee. And it's... not just that, but also too much coffee. But if that's what you want, then this beer delivers. It's good, 4.0. 4.0 on the Black Bouquet.
The interesting thing, and my question for you. So would you call this a morning beer? Let's say like you and I go hang out and we're just drinking for the weekend.
Yeah, I'd say if we
we're doing like beer tourism.
If I'd say yes.
You'd be this is a good takeaway, and this is why sometimes and a lot of the times we are very aligned. This is one where we're wildly different. So if you just watch the last 2 videos, stouts and then like coffee beers or brown ales or whatever. So we're diametrically opposed because for breakfast beers, I'm going with like a sour.
I'd have a sour as well.
So
but I think
just two-fisted.
I think. Well, I won't.
That's what the T stands for in gin.
I don't think I would enjoy an IPA with eggs.
John Two-Fisted.
I do drink coffee when I have breakfast. Which is only on the weekends.
Yeah.
And I don't really drink iced coffee. So cold beer coffee, I don't think it'd be my preferred breakfast drink. But I think I would enjoy it.
Interesting.
If we had
I'm not a coffee drinker.
If we had another weekend like when we went to Tanks in the morning, I would get this. I would get it.
I lament so much over the loss. As far as like what COVID has done to our area of business, just business-wise, the 2 things I lament are the loss of how Tanks used to be and the loss of Fox and Hound. Those are the 2 that resonate with me, and there's a lot more catastrophic, and I'm not like, but personal.
You're allowed to have that opinion. I have not been to Fox and Hound when it was at its max capacity, I guess.
You and I and Cobra, and Hoff went there the last time that we went was podcast. So it's
this podcast was probably born from our Fox and the Hound trips. Because we wanted to keep doing happy hour, and some didn't, and we decided let's just move happy hour to a microphone.
Yeah, let's just start not making money, and let's record all of these stupid thoughts.
It's coming. It's coming. I say it all the time. This next beer, this is a reach and a risk, but I like the spunk in it, and I actually bought 2 beers for this episode to choose which one, and I chose this one, so hopefully it pays off. This is Goose Island's Christmas IPA, and I really don't think there's much to say about it. We just got to get in. We just got to get into it. It's Goose Island. We have had...
Did you stop by a gas station on the way here?
No. I literally went and bought 2 craft beers, and when I saw Christmas IPA, it was in your standard high distribution box 6-pack.
Yeah.
But have you had this?
Did you have a coupon?
I have a better beer. Not with me though. Okay. Not with me. I have a better beer though.
Yeah. I have a better beer too. Not with me.
I'll bring it next time.
My girlfriend lives in Canada.
This is the thing. You're not the only one disappointed by Goose Island. I'm also disappointed by Goose Island, so I'm disappointed myself. But I think it's worth the try.
But you and I, in the last couple of weeks, have spent more money than we probably would care to admit on Goose Island beers.
How many Goose Island beers have we had?
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah. I've spent. Yeah, well,
that's what.
I totally forgot that I was going to introduce this beer by saying I have a Goose Island beer, and then tease that as being like I fucked it up.
Yeah. I
was too excited.
That's right. You know, I mean,
you're right.
If only there was an ability to like.
You know,
take
I
notes
feel like to
bring.
Yeah, I took notes.
Bring material.
I took notes.
Yeah.
I feel like
we've done this 165 times. BCBS, this doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't. It does not work. The BCBS does not count. I think it doesn't count.
Goose Island.
It is. That's what I mean. It doesn't count as Goose Island.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
It's a beer tradition, and even if they fumble and they fail in a given year,
isn't a beer tradition. Sorry, I can't.
312 is not a beer tradition. Are you kidding me? Other than paying $12 at Wrigley Field for it, it is nothing traditional about 312, 312, whatever you call it. I had a 708 area code when I lived in Illinois, so 312 never resonated with me.
Gotcha.
It is Chicago though.
I'm going to be ready for this.
Let's crack this shit open. I'm not yet. It's not. It's a Goose Island typical bullshit I
fucked up my nail with
just not be locked and loaded. You gotta fuck. Oh.
Nope.
You know what? I'm blaming Goose Island on this one.
Good to go.
All right, let's do it. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Oh, boom. On top of it.
Okay, this is Christmas IPA. I don't know what the big deal is. There isn't one. I never heard of it. But I saw it in the store and it had an ugly sweater. And I thought, you know what? I'm gonna buy this beer. We're gonna give Goose Island another shot.
At my, so part of the Buddy the Elf, at my Christmas party that I came from when I recorded the Fresh Out, I won the ugliest, it wasn't a sweater, so there's a bastardization of the rules there, but I won they do a trophy that rotates every year.
Oh.
So I have to write my name
like
on
a fantasy trophy.
It's awesome. Oh, yeah. So I woke up, I thought about bringing it down here. I'll bring it probably down for another episode. My daughter wakes up the next day and we're sitting downstairs and she goes, "Why is there a turkey up on the mantle?" And our mantle is Christmas out right now. So it's just got a bunch of like, you know, it's like...
Christmas out.
It's, what's that home goods store over
Home
here?
Goods?
Hobby Lobby.
TJ Maxx Home Goods?
It's like Hobby Lobby exploded
That's
all
not
over
a home
my
goods
mantle.
store, I'm sorry.
I've never been in.
Hobby Lobby is a hobby store. It's a craft store.
Yeah, that's where the wife goes for the... So garland, whatever, and the daughter picks out this... gourd. It's a gourd. It's a dried out gourd.
What is a gourd?
Like a pumpkin, but more vertical. Like a pumpkin zucchini.
Pumpkin zucchini.
And
pumpkini.
So it's been dried out, hollowed out, or whatever. And she goes, "Why is there a turkey on her? Because it's not Thanksgiving anymore." So, anyways, that's my terrible story. I guess you had to be there. And then I found $5.
Well, that's good. Mm-hmm. At least you found $5, and that story got infinitely better once you did. No, I think I get it. Your daughter thought it was a turkey. So
I wish I had this blind.
Oh, me too. I so wish that
because
we both had this blind.
I have such a.
It's Goose Island. They fuck with us. Although I will say of the tap handles I've bought, Warped Wing, hands down the best tap handle I have. Number 2 is Goose Island. And they're the two breweries that I just can't find a beer. Other than Warped Wing did make that creamsicle beer, which was really good.
But you can separate, quality from,
of course.
You can delineate. So, yeah, situational delineation.
Situational delineation.
That's going to be the name of the episode. That's the episode title. I'm going to write it down.
That's the name of the episode. Situational delineation.
That's going to be our longest. And JT, explain why we couldn't name the why it's only named sandwich on.
Yes. So honky apparently is a flagged word.
Hate speech.
It's hate speech. Yes, it's hate speech. So
I listen to the episode. It's not hate speech.
People, I know that I'm the worst at publishing the episode's audio in a timely manner, but
you're the worst at hate speach.
I did try to do it in a timely manner last week.
All the hate speech,
and I had to do it twice from start to end, and because the first time I thought it was my fuck up that I forgot to put honky in there, because I do remember typing the word sandwich, but for some reason I wasn't remembering typing on. Oh, okay, I fucked up. Let me repost it. And it did it again. Took it out. Hate speech. You can't say honky.
So now it just says sandwich.
On Podbean.
The least epic of titles.
It'll be our lowest rated episode. It's probably one of our better episodes.
Yeah, out of our last podcast, it was our best one.
Yeah, out of our last one.
Our last one.
Yeah, that was the best one.
It was the most memorable.
All right. This beer, this Christmas IPA, the Untapped description, which I'm guessing that Goose Island put in themselves, it gives away too much in the description, but it's got 6 different hops.
Oof.
And it has an old school feel on the malt side with caramel malt and a lovely red hue with to go with.
And that's why it's
to go with the classic kettle hop backbone. Kettle hop, nicely balanced and dry, they say. Does it got a red hue? It does have a red hue.
Yeah, sure enough, like an amber.
Sure as shit.
Chuggalo. Dave.
Oh, I didn't do the can art boner segment for the last beer.
Holy
shit, I totally forgot. Why didn't you bring it up? We're a team. We're a team. It's not over.
Is over.
I'll still do it. I thought of it.
The streak is over.
We're a team, I thought.
I thought about it too when I brought the can up. So,
Anyway.
Chuggalo, Dave enjoys like reds and, gross things like that. Just if you drink by the color of the beer, Chuggalo, Dave.
All right, let me do the can art boner segment for the last beer.
Oh, Christ. I looked at the clock. I go, we're way ahead of it. It's because he didn't do his 10-minute spiel.
So here it is. This is important because this is a collaboration. Black owned.
It's important. That's why I forgot about it.
It's a black can. I'm not even going to do a lot of discussion. You're supposed to remind me. I thought we were
Remind you?
Thought we were partners here.
How many times?
It was the Advent thing. It threw me off.
Yeah.
Gold foil letters, gold foil outline on the hands. There's some. What are these flowers called? Can you see them?
Yeah, poinsettias.
Those are poinsettias. Okay, I'll go for that. I don't think they are. Some sort of maybe. Oh man, what is that flower? I don't know. Tulip or something. What's a tulip look like?
It's not a tulip.
Tulips
is the
are
very
like
rounded bottom with the 4 tops.
Yeah,
That's the generic, like when you want to make a flower out of wood.
This is
a tulip, which is the national flower for the country of Denmark.
Oh no shit! I don't know what this flower is. It's something.
Sorry, Holland in the Netherlands. I'm getting confused. Holland in the Netherlands, tulips. World Tulip Festival.
So that's the can art bonus segment for that one. That's it.
That was really short.
Sponsored by whoever is the last sponsor.
I think it's your sister, so I
Chuggalo's sister.
I wouldn't blow her off.
Well,
you've had memory issues like since we've started this advent calendar.
I think I'm dying.
You need to take some ginkgo biloba.
Oh, ginkgo biloba. That's what it is. The memory stuff.
I think that's what my dad.
I think I just need to get more sleep.
That helps too.
Yeah,
believe me.
I need to get more sleep.
I try to be a stickler.
You're the best at it, and I really wish I had that discipline. I do. I say it all the time. I say I wish I could sleep like Matt. Like, I just don't.
Well, I mean, I still shortchange myself. So I fall asleep by 8, and then I'm up by 2:33. Because I don't use an alarm clock.
Oh yeah.
But wow, a little personal life. So this kind of matches my shirt a little bit. Red, pinks.
Mm-hmm.
Pinks. So off the top rope. So I really appreciated the first iteration. Had I stopped after the first 2 ounces, I think I would like this more. And then it resonated with me more in that that red and that malt. I don't like it. And I'm wondering if I'd have it blind, if I would have appreciated it more. Because looking at it, I have such a stigma in my head. Sorry, Stacy, against this beer. We lost our fan that really liked the burps.
Oh yeah, Jacob. Where's Jacob? Jacob with the 0. Where are you at?
Yeah, Jacob. Comment below.
I did watch some of his burp videos.
Epic.
And I hope that
there's a lot of thought, time, and craftsmanship that he put into those.
It's everyone's got their art, and his art is making burp videos.
So this takes what I like. So, which is whippas, which JT alluded to with Chuggalos Phil quite often in his videos about how we're a whippa versus an IPA.
Yeah.
And it's going to be different.
It is.
But it adds red to it, which is and again, so brown ales, anything that has red in the name, California Common. So I'm adding to the list because I'm man, I like most beers. No, there's that list is getting more diverse and broad. Off the top rope, God, I think that brown ale was a great execution of what it was. It just wasn't my bag. This just is not my bag, and I don't know if this is a great execution. Man, it's been a long time. Off the top rope, 2.5. Wow. I can't remember successful failures. people that probably and the can art's the best thing about this, and that's the only thing I'm going to say about the can art.
You can do the can art segment if you want.
That's not.
I failed today already. All right, this is can art burn segment.
Brought to you by Chuggalos.
Do I have to get up? Do I have to get up again? I guess I will.
Hey, I'll get up. You just sit there.
I got it.
Let's get double action. Look at that. Hey, if you throw on your 3D glasses, 45 minutes in.
Here, I'll go this way, you go that way. I'll do it right. Oh, shit, 3D. You see, it's not easy to spin slowly. People give me feedback about how fast I spin.
That's what she said.
Can art is a ugly sweater, but not an ugly sweater in today's sense. This is an ugly sweater in its original form, where it was knit. Not knit like a t-shirt, but this is like a knitted.
How's a t-shirt
yarn.
knitted?
Those are knit. That's technically knit. The threads of a t-shirt.
Okay, so this is okay. Yeah, this is a.
Or is it woven?
Yeah, so this is a old. You're right there, but yeah, yeah.
It's woven.
Yeah, no, this is knitted.
This is knitted.
Yep. It's just a tight pattern, tight chevron.
Knitted. It's
vertical.
Yarn. It's yarn is what it is.
Tight chevron vertical knit.
It is chevron vertical knit. I don't know about the pattern, but I do know what a chevron is, and this is it. And it's got that old school Christmas sweater feel to it. I like the can art. I think it's well done, and it illustrates Christmas very well. Other than that, this is 38 IBU, 7.5% alcohol. IPA. It says festively smooth. I would disagree with that, but that's we're on the can art. We're on the can art section.
Hey,
that's the can
cheers
art.
to that. It's festively smooth. I would disagree with that. I wish that was a sound bite for that.
Okay. I am fully on board with what Matt said. The first 2 sips of this beer were like all fruit. Awesome, delicious, smooth, perfect. Maybe this beer needed to be rolled or something. No. But after that, no, I know. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous to think that would be the case. But especially since I had it laid down in the cooler, there's no way.
Yeah.
It didn't sit idle for a long time. Okay. Jeez, the first 2 sips were so good. I was like ready to give this beer just a roaring score. Just, this beer's fucking awesome. And then it just started not being awesome. 6 hops is too many. And if you're going to make a Christmas IPA, let me just put it out there. Every beer that's piney is not piney enough. But if you're going to make a Christmas beer, go full speed ahead, especially an IPA. Christmas IPA, this beer should taste like a fucking tree. There's no other IPA that would represent Christmas like a pine IPA. And people are underselling pine. I think it's a great taste. There's those pine seeds. Are they? It's pine...
Needles?
No, not pine needles. There's a seed or nut. Pine nut.
Yep.
Pine nut. I don't know how that nut is extracted, but it is delicious. Yeah? You have to rub the tree?
Yeah, that you build up the sap. You build up
and then it becomes a nut? All right. This beer could represent Christmas a lot more. I think this is just... It's an effort that was an IPA recipe maybe you had laying around, or you had a bunch of hops. This is my message for Goose Island, not the Chuggalo, you the listener. And you just made an IPA and we're like, well, it's December, might as well throw a fucking sweater on it and call it a Christmas IPA. It could have been so much better. I'm so disappointed in this beer. I'm disappointed in Goose Island just as a whole, and it doesn't matter because Goose Island is the brewer of choice in Chicago. It appears that, and by all accounts of my own personal experience, most of the Chicagoans that I meet who like craft beer don't like good craft beer. They like shit craft beer. So I'm just becoming more Ohio every day, I guess. It's not that great. It is a WIPA. It has a WIPA feel to it. It could have been more piney for Christmas, and I'm giving this beer damn it. I just don't like it. 2.25.
Yeah, it's
just not good. It doesn't even have a good hop taste. That's the problem. If you're gonna just make an IPA, make a fucking IPA. It's just not good.
Sadness.
I'm really disappointed now. I have 4 more of these. If anyone wants them, free. They're free. You can have them. Anybody like shitty IPAs? You can have them.
Throw them in your bar. It's bar.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw them in the bar.
It's bar stock.
It's bar stock. All right. Did you have? You had something that you wanted to discuss?
I always have. Did you not? I always have things I want to discuss. What do you think? Did you follow my dramas? Because it's sitting right behind JT. So JT moves to his left. Mm-hmm. So kind of slant off to your left, JT.
To my left?
Your other left. So right behind you
there it is
my advent calendar box. Notice how it's not in the fridge.
I noticed.
This thing caused me so much grievance. Mm-hmm. So there it will sit.
You got through 2 days.
Yeah, I got through 2 days because when I took it out on the third day, even though the church room bar fridge is right over there, it's a full fridge. I have my own shelf. I still have to pull it out to be able to extract, especially bottles. So
now these 12-ounce cans are very difficult to get out of this box.
Yeah, so
you can't fit your hand in there.
I like the idea of it. I'm envious. So this is kind of like the advent calendar design that some of the like Aldi or Costco or whatever. That is just a case, and it's just whatever you pick out. That's your day.
Oh,
we're like for us, we
have a day.
We have assigned because there's coordination. Mm-hmm. So could you imagine like if you did day one, you had Esoteric, and then day one I had morning. It'd be
Coladita.
Because we wanted to do the conversation. And it
makes so much more sense.
It's erupting so much better than I thought it could have ever.
Is.
So, anyways, all of my beer came out like just a cavalcade, just an avalanche of beer, and then it took me 2 hours to discover that one rolled all the way underneath this couch right behind us. So that's a 9-foot roll.
It's a 9-foot roll. That's a record.
So that won't be coming up till into the teens. I think that's one of the beers I'll be taking back on my road trip with me. But it was so like I was showing Chuggalo Mike a couple episodes ago. I look how dented this can is. I didn't lose any bottles.
That's amazing. I can't believe it.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So
it's those good old barrel house bottles.
Oh yeah. And like your father-in-law said, they fill them all the way.
They fill them all the way.
Yeah.
They don't fuck you. They don't skimp you at all.
They really take care of their people, and this is not a plug. We're not sponsored by them.
Not sponsored by anybody.
We love them. And I think it showed that special day that we were there. But again, I just wish our schedules were because they're open when working people like us, that like to work early and get done and then go play. Can
when do they
take
close?
Advantage of that place. I think they're open until like 10 or 11. Oh. But it's nice that you can open there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
All they need is like breakfast burritos. So then you can just sit there and hop up and.
That'd be awesome. I love breakfast burritos.
But this is going to be our last. So I was just thinking about that. This is our last episode from the church room bar for the calendar.
We might be able to get another one in.
And it's probably our last, depending, because your travel, I think we're opposite. It might be our last church room bar episode for the year.
Well, it's possible. My work schedule has shifted my vacation.
Oh.
So I'll be back by Christmas.
Oh, so you're going before. Mm-hmm. Wow.
I have to go before because I have to be back. For the last week of the year, I have some shit I got to do.
I didn't have enough situational delineation.
Yeah, I forgot to bring it up pre-production. Situational delineation.
Well, it was weeks in advance.
Let me delineate the situation.
Yeah.
I got some shit I got to do.
Yeah.
It's probable I will be available at 2:00 on Tuesday. Whatever, that 27th or whatever.
Yeah,
which I think is Chuggalo Nicole's birthday.
Oh, maybe she will still be the sponsor. I know going back to Wisconsin that I will have the opportunity to load up. As long as my father-in-law, so my Chuggalo.
I do have to pee. I gotta
Chuggalos Phil versus Chuggalo Phil.
It's been a while since I've peed on
doesn't load me up. That's fine. It's good. It's great content.
It's good content.
It's really odd when you pee during your advent calendar videos that are anywhere from 6 to 8 minutes long.
Just go before, right?
Yeah. Just go before. Just just do a Chuggalo Stev where you just take 3 or 4 takes of your 2-minute video.
Is that what he's doing?
Well, he's pre-cracked a couple of times, and he's like, "Sorry, it's already cracked. This one sucks." He's so self-deprecating, in a beautiful way. But no, this is I can't remember the last time that we've had 4 scores on this podcast, and 3 of them were below a 3. I'll have to go to the book and check this out.
Just because you don't like the coffee one. A lot of pee here.
Yeah, no, and that's fine. I'm thinking about it, and I'm also thinking about the special beer that because it's going to take the 14th next week. Will be coming from a special place. It won't be the church room bar. I have to think of an accompaniment for the 14th beer because the 14th beer is like the crescendo, if you will, of the Advent calendar, as far as I'm concerned. Just overlooking, there might be better beers, but as far as a preemptive volley on what, sorry, Stacy, what beer is best in that calendar is as JT peed all over my toilet.
No, I wipe it even if I don't pee on it.
Okay,
it's just habit.
All the pubes.
Always gotta wipe the seat, people. If you're not wiping the toilet down, then you're just not a gentleman.
So I'm fired up for the 14th. We're changing up the locale a little bit.
Changing up the locale. It's gonna be great. I'm excited.
Yeah. That's why I didn't want. It's not my story to tell. I'm just saying that we're.
It is your story to tell. It's our story to tell. What we need is a name.
That's all on you.
No, we gotta.
That's
I need
an organic
help. I need help. It is probably organic. It is probably organic.
It's organic.
All right. Right now, all I got is Beat Laboratory, and that's not going to work because I already have a room called the Beat Laboratory.
Yeah, you can. This is such a great name. I'm going to name it twice.
I'm naming 2 places the Beat Laboratory.
Yeah. But, so yeah, I feel like I did a lot of song and dance there.
You did. So we're gonna have next week's podcast at my bar.
Say TBD.
TBD at TBD bar. JT bar. Bar JT. Bar John.
Yeah, you're not a very like, hey, look at me, but putting your name in the bar is pretty much, hey, look at me.
I don't want to put my name on it.
Doesn't fit.
I want to have a good name for it. I want to, so I think Caterade suggested calling it the Carriage Bar.
Boom! I love it, but
it works, but it does. It's not organic.
No,
it's not organic at all. All right, so far. I think the best beer of the first 7 days was the sour, coffee sour.
The morning.
Yeah, morning coladita.
By Tipping Animals.
Tipping Animals. Are they named that because they tip cows?
Yeah. I loved your guys' little debate on what animal that was.
What was it?
It's an amalgamation. It's just
it's just a made up.
It's just a random. It's
a Wolverine.
It's not a Wolverine or a Badger, but it takes like how that beer is built from just different parts. It takes random parts from different.
Interesting.
I don't do art though. That's not my job. I barely looked at it.
I just describe what I see.
Was that the best beer?
That so far for me, it's my highest score, and I think it was the best beer of the 7 days. I'm worried about my own beer of the year because I don't know that I've rated a 5 this year. So I'm going to have to come up with a beer of the year.
It's a shame you have to work that day because I will have that entire week off and we could make that into
the last week of the year?
Oh yeah, I'm taking the last 2 weeks.
Well, I have to work the week, but it doesn't mean I can't do the podcast.
No, I'm just saying we can make it a super special like 5-hour long episode where we just sit here and watch like Rambos and just drink beer.
Well,
I'm just,
which day are we talking about?
All the days.
All of them? That's too many days. I have to work.
Well, it would still be the podcast day. But the best beer so far, power rankings, is that Tripping Animals for sure.
Yes. Oh, that's great. We are cohesive.
That Brink Nightbringer is number 2 though. That's
no way.
Chopping on.
What about that beer was great?
Tell me that you could taste. So something that ruins stouts is the booziness of it.
Mm-hmm.
That beer, zero booziness. Zero.
I'd have to go back and try to remember.
You could drink that and...
Fair enough.
And it was everything.
That's a fair point, but that can't be your only qualifier for a high alcohol stout, because a lot of stouts are high alcohol.
So
you have to go above and beyond with stouts.
Here, I just want.
Mm-hmm.
I know
I'll listen. I'm listening.
We're not. The candy connoisseur is no longer with us. What candy did I describe that beer as? I just want to see if you listen.
The Brink, I didn't watch Brink yet. That was yesterday. That's the only video I haven't watched.
Here.
I watched all the other videos.
Close your eyes.
Close it. Okay.
Liquid Rolo. 100%. Oh, home run. It's gone.
I don't know.
Fuck.
I don't think so.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
Liquid Rolo. That's that beer.
Without
any booze at
10%
for an Imperial. A name that elicits booze.
How many more stouts are there?
I don't know. The list is...
I'm fine with it. I'm not saying that I'm going to rate stouts bad. If you want to look,
the list is over there.
No, I want to be surprised. I like being surprised.
Besides the 14th, and we have Daybreak in there, which I'm really disappointed that we got hamstrung with that one. But just because we've had
We can replace it. We just got to replace it to everyone.
Well, I won't be seeing the last person till the 22nd, and I know it comes before. But that's fine. Sweet and sour, black bouquet thing. We could make it a wild card day, but no, that's fine. We got to have Daybreak. You caught the dad.
I caught the dad.
I wish we would have caught the Daybreak.
Dad would have been a disappointing day because we've all had it, and it's fine.
And I think we've done Daybreak on the podcast. Thank goodness. Gosh, if that's the 21st, or if that's that, it's not, because it will be gone. It will be done by then.
Yeah. Well, the 21st. We'll still be going.
No. I miscalculated.
Did we line up the last beer to be good?
Mm-mm.
No.
We didn't line up anything.
I know.
We let them pick.
Oh, okay. They picked the order too?
Oh yeah.
I wasn't sure how the order worked.
Oh, okay. So here's how the order worked. So they picked the beers.
Mm-hmm.
Chuggalo Aaron just randomly assigned numbers, just randomly, and then they assigned.
Got it.
So that's why, like, Nightbringer 6 on the list.
Yeah.
I am the holder of the only original list is off to the side. So Chuggalo Aaron thought he counted wrong. It was
That's right.
To be off to the side.
That's right. That was day 6.
But so that was yesterday. So we're all gone from there. But
yeah, we still have 6 beers off tap to do on tap.
Yeah, because it was a pretty fast and furious bottle with the Ouzel Finch, which was really good.
I liked Ouzel Finch. Just
a one-noter. Yeah. There's no... When you say the fruit associated with your beer is gooseberries, which is...
What the fuck is that?
The gooseberries are only known for their tartness. That's it. It's just a small...
I've never had a gooseberry.
And then vanilla. It just seems like an odd pairing, but that's fine. It was great as a one-note sour.
I'm good with that.
There's no fruit, though. It's not a fruited sour. They sold it as a fruited sour.
They did.
That was my problem with the Ouzel Finch.
Fruited sour. I don't mind it.
Don't misrepresent. And
Ouzel Finch has great can art, by the way.
Oh, you went and looked it up?
No, we did Ouzel Finch one podcast where you were deployed.
Oh, okay. So that would have been.
We did some Ouzel Finch.
But now I hope that my hope going forward is we get a little bit out of Ohio, because now we've done 3 Ohio beers.
Yeah, I think we'll get out of Ohio. So we got rid of Dad. We'll be out of Ohio. We need to get more states.
Yeah, but we still have Daybreak. So and I like Wolf's Ridge, but
yeah.
I like Rhinegeist.
Yeah, I like Rhinegeist too.
So our knowledge is great, because I only know 2 beers coming up. One is I'm super looking forward to. It's AleSmith Decadence 2011. And then the other one is Daybreak. Outside of that is...
So AleSmith's out of Ohio, right?
I wouldn't even be able to tell you where AleSmith is.
AleSmith...
That's my beer next week. I'll have to do some research.
They're the ones with the record thing in the middle, right?
Oh, so maybe like harken back to dead format. Maybe
Yeah.
It's just all coming.
So, AleSmith, is this the right? Alematic is what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, Alematic is.
They're the record.
Yep.
Never mind. Different. My son is friends with someone who's
associated.
Parental figure is the Alematic owner, and they gave us some beer and didn't label them. Oh. So when Chuggalo Randy Orton came over yesterday, I gave him one, and we had no idea what it was going to be. It was actually kind of exciting.
It met Chuggalo Randy Orton's price point though.
It did free.
Yeah, it did. Come on, up top. Yeah, up top.
It did.
We've had a cheers and a high five.
We had cheers and a high five, and you know what? Randy Orton, he's I'd have to say it. He's starting to look like a successful man.
That's how rich people stay rich. They don't spend money.
He can buy a beer or two. They're mostly light beers in the Busch Light category, but he'll buy them.
But he'll buy one or two of them.
He'll buy them.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if he'll pay for gas, but maybe
it's been maybe he wasn't as successful then. I know he was more successful than I was.
It's not even just the fact of success. Yeah. He looks it. His hair's well done, much better than it was 2-3 years ago.
It was finally coiffed. I mean, it
was good back then, but it's great now.
Yeah.
He's got sharp jacket. He wore jeans. I was in sweatpants, which I'm currently still in. I showered in between, but I put the same sweatpants.
Well, like I wear a tie every day, and people have seen it, when I've been short on time, and I've come to the podcast, people have seen it. But
I've never been able to tell what level of success you've been on, because you've been a consistent dresser. Consistent
loser.
Randy has upped his game on the image. I'll say that. It's just it's either a compliment or an insult. I'm not sure which. I'm not insulting him.
I don't think you could take it as an insult. I couldn't.
He looks good.
From an observer.
Got a compliment. He looks good. He's
is he radiating. Like casual? Is he like casual Brooks Brothers?
Ooh, I don't know if he's not that
R.O.B.B.
successful.
Randy Orton.
I think casual Brooks Brothers is more of a fake success. That's faux.
Yeah.
That's okay. You got a plaid scarf. Fine. You just bought that shit. But Randy's got the appearance of someone who's inched his way up, and he's there now. He figured it out. Slowly purchased higher quality jeans over the past few years.
Fuck. Okay.
What were his jeans before?
Jeans. I don't know. I haven't bought a pair of jeans in a decade. I haven't bought a pair of jeans since I've lived in Ohio. 100%.
Oh, wow. I've bought jeans since I've been in Ohio, but that's because my weight goes up and down all the time.
100%. So I've been wearing jeans that... The last pair of jeans I bought was 15 years ago. I was in college.
So what do you wear to a cool fall night daughter's sporting event? Jeans? Same jeans?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So they're jeans.
Sometimes I wear
that
jeans
fit the moment.
I have really comfortable dress pants. So
yeah, that's true.
So like I'll wear dress pants when I drive back home because one, then I'm wearing like my formal stuff, like if I'm gonna go out or whatever. Mm-hmm. I get made fun of by family because I'll be too dressy for pictures when we're trying to do a casual picture. And I know the Chuggalos from afar would like laugh at me or whatever, but I wear a tie every day to work.
Yeah, you look good.
Most of the time,
But if you haven't bought jeans since you've been here,
yeah,
and some of those jeans might not look, timely.
I mean, I don't have jeans that have holes with it. Oh yeah, I don't have
big, like boot cut, wide leg.
No, I need wide leg. I'm all thigh.
You're all thigh?
Yeah.
Like so wide or not wide?
So they got to be wide.
They got to be wide. Yeah, that's my biggest complaint about.
But not like Jenkos.
My biggest complaint about Joe Biden is that his suits are too tight. Suits are getting tighter, and I don't understand it. No. And they're getting shorter.
Have
you seen this trend of the short pants?
We'll never own. We just had this conversation at work. I'm glad you bring it up because you were alluding to sweatpants. I hate sweatpants that have cuffed bottoms. These are called joggers.
The elastic ones?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck those.
Gross.
Fuck those. You gotta get these here.
Chuggalo Pete doesn't listen anymore or whatever, and he goes, I wear them so I don't step on them.
How long are your sweatpants?
Yeah, geez.
Are you wearing bell-bottom sweatpants or something?
That's...
Get out of the 70s, bro.
Yeah, man. Cuffed by
but
joggers,
at the same time,
let's get rid of that term.
Suits are getting too tight. I don't like it. They're getting too short.
This is shit we drink too, by the way.
We do drink it. And whoever's dressing Joe Biden, like, his pants are too tight. They're way too tight. He's not today's suit wearer. He's yesteryear's suit wearer. He needs to wear the old classic suit.
Yeah.
Too fucking tight. I don't know how people do it. How do you do it? You don't wear tight pants. I've seen you wear your pants.
I can't.
I can't wear tight pants like that. It's crazy.
I got it. Everything's got to breathe.
Okay, so people. So I did want to bring this up. I don't know how much time you have.
All the time.
I think it's episode 6 or 7.
Yep.
Of Ted Lasso season 2.
Yep.
It's been my goal, and I believe this episode achieved it, of killing the dress shoe once and for all. I think it's episode 7 when they go to the funeral. Have you seen season 2?
No, I'm not. Oh, well. I'm not to a funeral, but I'm gonna go with you on the dress shoe journey. So I love my dress shoes. You always have to make things comfortable. So,
have to be comfortable.
But now since COVID, I've adopted Skechers. All my dress shoes, with the
Skechers makes some pretty good dress shoes.
Of my chloroframs are slip-ons.
Yeah, you can't.
Love them. Love them.
So slip-ons are the best. Skechers.
I've saved so much time in my life. I have to tie my slippers more than I have to tie my normal shoes. But so, anyways, my Skechers have been amazingly comfortable. But even my dress shoes in the last 10 years have been all slip-ons, amazingly.
Yeah, I wear slip-on dress shoes, but I think that season 2, episode 7 may have killed the dress shoe once and for all, and I appreciate it. I'd rather see a nice pair of sneakers with a suit than the short flood pants with no socks. That look is stupid as fuck, and I don't care what Instagram model tells me that I don't know what I'm talking about. I do. You look like a fucking idiot.
You lost me on all that terminology. Flood pants and shorts.
Short pants, dress shoes with no socks.
Oh yeah, I have to wear. I wear socks with slippers.
I wear socks all the time.
If you catch me without socks,
just Google like modern suits or something and go to the image search, and you'll see like shit that you're just. No one's wearing this shit to work, and the person who does wear that to work, they're a fool. And they look stupid. It's only for some dumb Guess model or Calvin Klein or whatever brands are still modeling. I don't know. Does anyone model?
Bunch of whatever. I'm so far removed.
I mean,
I wear a bandana every episode.
I don't know anything about this. Just Joe Biden's pants are too tight. That's all I have to say.
So next week's
a big week.
Big week, different location.
Biggest
beer that we have in the Advent calendar, plus a mystery beer that I'm still deciding on. Usually I'm prepared this far out, just being a week in advance. I'm not. I have a cellar full of stuff. I think it's going to come from my cellar. Thinking of what's in my fridge right now.
Big.
I will tell you that it can't be too big.
Chuggalo Svil. He will deliver on the review.
He will deliver.
He will. He has been a home brewer for over 15 years. He knows things about beer that Matt and I could never know.
He does.
He does.
And
he tries to play to our level. But after we stop recording, he totally gives me information I'd never known.
Well, that's awesome, but you're letting them peek behind the curtain a little bit. But
you got to peek behind the curtain.
I
want you to know.
In the Fresh Hop episode, because he comes from California, he's an expat from California. Mm-hmm. He alluded to how he's been a part of the Sierra Nevada bigger family when their distribution wasn't nationwide.
He's actually from Minnesota.
But how long has he lived in California?
Yeah, a long time. But I'm just telling you because I think that you guys will have a relatable topic to talk about.
Minnesota sucks.
I agree. Minnesota sucks.
But on that note, I think that's it. Be excited for the next 6 days that bridge us to the 14th day of the Advent calendar. But be excited for that episode. Again, location change, a beer that I've lauded. I'm on a mountaintop.
You've lauded it without having tried it.
Without having tried it, because I like rare and exclusive type things, and this is, like I said, you know, when they pitched it and for what we paid for it, for each bottle, I sure hope it's good.
What did we pay for it?
We'll get to that next week.
All right. Well, it's rare. It's as rare as athlete like Michael Jordan. And this podcast is the Michael Jordan of beer podcasts. See you later.